First here at noon, the search continues for 4 men who went missing in Okmulgee. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kristen Weaver. A nearly $50 million chunk of that money will go toward a new public safety complex. The water went up quickly and stranded this car in a ditch near Ainola. As you can see from the sky, the water has receded quite a bit, but there are still several flooded spots out here. Police and fire investigators described the deaths of 8 family members as a once-in-a-lifetime tragedy. The damage on campus is described as the worst damage in the campus's 113-year history. Some prayed for their friends, others secured their doors. Students and other community members hunkered down as more than 200 law enforcement officers rushed to the OU campus. Reading Partner says it already has more than 800 volunteers just this year alone. That's more than 4 times as many as this time last year. The Tulsa Oilers say that hockey is a growing sport here in Tulsa. And with 2 new rinks on the way, a women's team just makes sense. The victim says she was just trying to help the suspect get where he needed to go before he brutally attacked her here in the street.
He just said he needed directions.
Stephanie Pomeroy has worked for 5 years to become the general manager at her downtown Tulsa hotel. She says this week she saw a man outside talking to some guests. She says she gave him directions since he said he was lost, but he quickly came back and started undressing outside.
I just said, hey friend, this is a business. I'm gonna need you to get up and, put your pants on and keep moving. And the next thing I know, he's just coming at my face and just punched me in the face. Somehow I ended up on the ground.
Police say this man, LeCount McClendon, kicked her in the face a dozen times.
Stomping, kicking and stomping, and it just felt like forever, and I was just screaming and screaming.
I saw how bad she was, and that's when I stood up and I screamed, somebody stop him.
Courtney Roberts was downtown about to get a bite to eat that night.
And that's when my fiance said what he said, oh my gosh, he's beating her right here.
Courtney says a few men diverted the suspect's attention and she stepped in to help Stephanie.
I'm just glad that we were there to step in.
I'm just very thankful for her and everyone, because it just felt like forever that I was on the ground.
McClendon was arrested that day and is still in jail with a bond set at $4,000. He has previous convictions, including for assault.
It's up to the judges now and the court system.
Stephanie has bruises, a broken nose, leg and arm injuries, and is in a lot of pain, but thankful to be alive.
I just really appreciate everybody that did help.
Tulsa police say they still don't have a motive for this attack. In Tulsa, Kristen Weaver, Oklahoma's own News on 6. On a damp and windy day, creatures are hiding under these still Idabel swamps. Tim Patton has made it his goal to find out as much about them as he can.
I feel confident there's something about it, but I don't know what that something is.
Fueled for the weekend by 5 Sonic breakfast burritos, he's ready to camp out on the Red Slough Wildlife Management Refuge for a couple days, getting a close-up look at the native alligator population. Patton is one of 3 researchers working on an alligator research project in the southeastern part of the state, funded by the Oklahoma Wildlife Department. In these murky waters, Tim ventures out to check his traps. This time, only some harmless turtles took the bait.
If we catch as many alligators as we did turtles, this job would be a lot easier.
These bigger traps entice the bigger gators.
And so the animal goes in the trap, and then when it pulls on this,
the traps are one of the ways Tim and his research partners capture alligators.
Just blind it.
But the most effective method is a more aggressive one, an after-dark search by boat, where they catch gators with a pole or big grabbers. The key is searching across the water for beady red eyes.
when you get the eye shine on them, they'll just sit there. The largest we've captured so far is right around 9 feet.
Once caught, their mouths are taped shut and the gators are marked. Some of the gators get a plastic tag and a chip like you would give a dog or a cat. A select few receive radio transmitters to be tracked. And the littlest ones get a small notch in their tails. That way the researchers can check back and see how the gators have grown over time.
Keep catching and tagging and catching and tagging.
Tim showed us a gator nest where layers of sticks and dirt keep the eggs warm.
As that vegetation is decomposing, it's generating heat.
Once the gators hatch, you can find the babies hiding in a den like this one with their mother close by. The tiny chirps from the babies are cries for their mothers. The researchers get to study these gators for 2 years, from just babies to full-grown adults up to 16 feet, and they say this is what they're the most passionate about doing. The researchers began studying the alligators years before they got this funding from the Wildlife Department, and now they're trying to answer a lot of questions people have.
We want to know what's the sex ratio, how many males, how many females. We want to know the size structure, how many little ones, medium, big ones.
Sometimes the scientists watch from afar.
So I'm about 90% sure I see one over there.
But researcher Jared Wood likes to get up close and personal. He's installed game cameras all over the refuge.
I've got a couple thousand videos, and some of it's pretty remarkable.
There are lots of supporting actors in these videos, like an otter family trying to infiltrate the den, or this rabbit that narrowly escaped being dinner for a hungry gator mom.
Everything's like Christmas, you know, what you're gonna get on that video, that camera.
For researcher Jake Pruitt, being out here studying in nature is a dream come true.
It's the only good track I've found so far.
As these creatures keep swimming through Oklahoma waters, the scientists continue their search, always full of surprises.
The strangest critter out here is me.
Kristen Weaver, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6. The Oklahoma Highway Safety Office says the number of traffic deaths this year is on pace to be much lower than in recent years. News on 6's Ryan Gillen is live at the scene where they have just resumed their search. Ryan?
Kristen, you are not currently a survivor watcher, right?
Currently, I'm not. I understand y'all are the experts here. We just found out Alan Crone since season 1. Well, a Broken Arrow dance team of 7- and 8-year-olds are bringing laughter to people around the world after a video of their dance recital got more than 9 million views on TikTok. Broken Arrow school buses cover a lot of ground on their day-to-day routes, and it takes a lot of planning to make sure those routes are as efficient as possible, especially when navigating road construction. There are several options this weekend at the box office, including a new movie starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Another movie hitting the big screen was written and directed by an Oklahoman. Well, welcome back to A Taste of Green Country, our favorite part of the whole week. This weekend we are trying something a little different here and pretty unique to the Tulsa area. Slaps Soulful Eats, and we're so excited because, as always, it smells so good in here. It's the new cookies and cream pie that are now out in McDonald's locations across the Tulsa Metro. And it's really cool because they're actually made right here in Tulsa at Bama Pie Company. So we got our hands on them. Last night it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy.
I asked for 10 of them, and they said, "Ma'am, pull over. You're gonna have to wait."
That's so embarraing
So
what happens.